Okay, so here's how we're starting. I got a question for you.
Okay.
What do you know about the Odyssey?
It's a book.
The book.
It's a book.
What do you, that's it?
Greek mythology.
Okay. Do we know who's in it?
No.
Who stars in it? The main character?
Zeus.
Okay, no. Do you have any idea what it's about?
No.
Nothing. Okay. And do you know who wrote it? This is your episode. This is your episode. We are doing a whole podcast on the Odyssey. Do you know why we're doing it?
There's a movie coming out.
There is a movie. Here we go, right? Because we're being pop culture relevant. There's a movie coming out, The Odyssey. Matt Damon.
Oh.
He stars as
Really?
Odysseus. Yes.
Dang it, I should have guessed
Yeah,
Odysseus.
this is big. Okay.
Only other one besides
Let
Poseidon.
me give you well, Poseidon, that's good. He's in it. Yeah, so I guess Christopher Nolan decides he's going to make this blockbuster.
He's like a big director, isn't he?
He's a huge director.
Okay.
Oppenheimer director. Like,
yeah.
Okay, no, this
okay.
is big. This is nuts. This is ensemble galore, and it's happening, and we need to.
So what was the budget?
We need $250 million.
Oh, dang.
$250 million to make this
a
movie.
lot.
Here's the deal. Like all things we do, people are going to watch this movie,
Yeah.
and then they're going to be like, oh, what's this all about? And so we have to give them the backstory on how in 700 BC this all started. What is
Okay.
that? How many years ago was that? 2,700 years ago. Duh. Yeah. Anyway, but you get my point. Like, nobody really understands how to put all this together. So all these kids are just going to go watch this movie, and they're not going to understand that this was literally the story that invented all stories. This was the first story.
Okay.
Before the story, no stories.
All right.
People just stood around and spoke in short phrases. But this is big, Amanda. And here's our promise today, okay? Because you know I always love the promises.
You do.
Okay. Why the Odyssey, still literally to this day, is the most influential piece of storytelling in all of human history. Thus the title of our episode, right? The story that invented all stories. Okay, 2, the cheat code, because we got to give cheat codes, because
Yes.
you know us with the cheat codes, right?
Always.
For understanding it, even if you don't want to read it. So that's right up your alley, okay? And then 3, of course, a pre-release take on, is this movie
Worth
going to
it.
be ready?
Okay.
Because it's totally going to be worth it. Okay, so welcome back to Sort of Sophisticated. Here we are, episode 111, 111.
Wow. Yeah. It's a big deal.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's like triple sticks from like cricket.
Yes, here we go. The wicket and cricket.
Wicket.
Let's go. Yeah. Okay. All right, ready? Word of the week so we can go?
Let's go.
Wifty. 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 Wifty.
See, I brought in, it has to be something to do with cricket.
Is it?
I feel like
No, not at all.
wifty cricket.
Wifty.
Swi-
Wifty is what you
Wicket,
do
what was
after you toot. You use your hand back there. That's a wifty.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, okay. Wifty is an adjective that means airheaded or scattered.
Huh.
Like ditzy.
Okay. All right.
Ditzy wifty. Yes.
Wifty.
I have some friends that are wifty, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Is this like
Maybe
is
I have a co-host who might be a little
Oh,
wifty.
I'm very wifty.
from time
Here
to
we
time.
Are. Here we are.
Right.
But this isn't like a Latin word.
Is it allowed? No.
No, it can't be.
I don't think there's any origin on this. I looked, and don't
Okay.
get me wrong, like maybe I didn't do enough digging, but there was no real origin here. This was just like showed up in America in the
Okay.
1970s, and it's like one of those words that sounds like an insult, but it's not really an insult because how can you be mad at somebody who's wifty when they're just being themselves?
Yeah.
Okay, my dear friend, Gail Taher, I love you. Shout out to Gail. Totally wifty, but like authentically herself,
Okay.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
So you just got to like love wifty people.
Yep.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though it comes off as sort of like, you think it's going to be like an insult. It's not at all. Okay?
All right. Well, wifty it is. Here
Wifty
we go.
wifty with the Odyssey.
But like, how can you be wifty with the Odyssey?
I don't
How
know.
can you be ditzy about the Odyssey?
This is your job.
It's
You
very like
figure this out.
deep. Okay.
Oh.
Well, here we are.
All right, so before we start, if you like what you're listening to, hit subscribe, follow us. New episodes come out weekly on your favorite podcast platform. I don't know if that works enough because I think we're getting like one new follower a week from this.
Hey, one is one.
One is one. Okay,
That's
is that
We
that really?
appreciate you.
Okay, yay. Hopefully by next year we have 365
There you go.
more. All right, here's how this is going to start. So the thing is that nobody like ever really tells you about Homer. Wait, first of all, Homer, the guy who wrote Odyssey.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep,
you
yep,
got that?
yep.
We're sort of sophisticated?
Mhm.
Okay. My point is, it wasn't even going to be a book. It wasn't like made to be a book. That wasn't how this whole thing started
Okay.
like 2,700 years ago at all. For like hundreds and hundreds of years. This was orally passed down, verbally or orally? I don't know. One of the two. We'll say verbally because orally could sound like there's a sexual connotation. So I'm going to say verbally passed down, even though if that's not right. But it was an oral tradition. That's what it was. It wasn't just the oral tradition you're thinking about, but it was an oral tradition.
I'm not thinking about anything inappropriate.
Okay, apparently I am.
You are.
But my
As
point is,
always.
from generation to generation, it got passed down
Man.
as a story. So like in ancient Greek times, there's a tradition. It's called, oh my God, I'm going to butcher this. Aidoi, were basically these professional like storytellers. They would travel from town to town and perform at festivals and banquets and whatever kings and queens and their courts and all the things they did, right? That
Okay.
was like what they do. And they would stand up in front of crowds and from memory recite hours and hours of the Odyssey. Like epic poetry in general, but like the Odyssey was like an epic poem. You know, it was at least that was the idea.
Yeah.
It was a poem, right? And they got so good at this, like the really good ones, they would do it by character. So they would change their voices and do the whole thing. They were like a one-man show doing the whole, whatever it is, 24 books of the Odyssey, which I think is incredible that someone could commit that much shit to memory. This is like Hamilton, but like a whole nother level up from Hamilton.
Yeah, I mean, there's something about like recitations back then. I
Yeah.
think that's what it was.
It was their form of
It's
entertainment,
not
though.
like
I
we
mean,
had it
right.
all in the palm of our hand,
No,
right?
no,
So,
no. Listen, there was two things they did for fun. They either
drink.
did, okay, three. They drank, they did this, or like they got eaten by a bunch of lions and tigers in the Coliseum. That was kind of it. It was pretty
I mean, but
basic.
this is like a professional. Like this was.
No, I know.
This was their role in society.
Yes. So then it's kind of complicated how it turned into a book. But basically, as far as like historians know or are guessing, I don't know. They think it was probably first written down somewhere around 700 BC. So before 700 BC, this was, I don't even know how many years it goes back. Like there's no, like before Adam and Eve. Okay, that's how far it goes back. Really far.
Long time ago.
All right, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm making it up, but you get the idea.
I mean, it's incredible.
Right. So it's around 700 BC, they think that it got written down, but by that time it had already been performed so many different ways that they think they just took the best version of the stories.
It's part of like storytelling,
Right,
right? Is
right.
that it's not
They
always
were all-
necessarily true.
Yeah, and they were all a little different,
Yeah.
but they had the same through line.
Underline, yeah.
Bingo. And so somebody finally was like, okay, we're going to put this all down and have one version, and this is the best, ultimate version of the story. So that's sort of like how it got written down and turned into the Odyssey by Homer.
That we know today.
That we know today.
Okay. So it may or may not be the original, but it's close, very close.
Yeah, you can't even there's no real original story. But here's what even gets so much. This is insane when I was reading all about this, because I'm like, okay, Homer was the smartest guy in the world to write all this down. You ready for this?
But it's Homer wrote all of the story, like he compiled all of it to create the Odyssey.
So that's what I thought.
But it's not his story.
So this is what I thought. So far so good.
Okay.
And now,
But not true.
Well, we're going to go even further here. We don't think Homer even existed.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
What?
So we historians and scholars, not me, not your podcast host. I have no idea. Yes. So there is absolutely no evidence that a man named Homer ever existed.
What?
Yes. No birth record, no grave, no writings about him from any time in his lifetime, after his lifetime.
So whoever compiled it.
Historians and scholars have decided to call him Homer. So there's like a debate on this, actually. So some believe that it was just a name that got made up attached to the story.
Okay.
So, like
Yeah.
you just said, because a bunch of people sat in a room, like how they made the Bible.
Yeah.
They were like, these books are divine. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to go to hell because I just compared the Odyssey to the Bible. That wasn't my point, but you get the idea. And the other side is that there's historians that believe there was actually like one exceptionally talented poet, like to your point, somewhere around 700 BC, who pulled all these stories together and wrote them. So like inspired by one person that they're calling Homer. So they're attributing the name to somebody, but since they don't have his name. So there are people saying the man existed or the woman existed, but his name wasn't really Homer. There's other people saying no, it was a bunch of really smart poets that got in a room or scholars that wrote it all down and compiled it. So anyway,
That's wild.
it ain't Homer.
It's wild.
I thought that was one of the coolest Right. Let's just start with the fact that who knew that? Again,
Like we just end the episode now.
I feel like
Now you're sort of sophisticated.
again
Here you go.
back to when I had to read this in English Lit. Like that would have been a cool start if you would have, instead of just opening the book and starting with the first chapter. If teacher would have explained some of this, I would have been like, this is a little more interesting. Yeah. Maybe I'll follow up. Hey, thanks for listening. If you like this content, subscribe, leave a review, and share with us your episode ideas. We'll pretend like they're ours and pass them off as our own. If you like this short and want to watch another, click here. If you want to catch a whole episode, click here.